Manhattan's marquee congressional primary race just got even more crowded. Today, Republican turned Democrat George Conway launched his campaign with this video.
We have a corrupt president, a mendacious president, a criminal president whose masked agents are disappearing people from our streets, who's breaking international law, and he's running our federal government like a mob protection racket. He doesn't like me. I don't like what he's done to our great country. And now I'm running for Congress to take the fight directly back to him on your behalf.
And he takes it further. He goes on to call for impeachment. He's a single issue candidate running to impeach Donald Trump. And we got Katie and Jamie in the house. Have you guys got the serious question is, does it make sense for Democrats to campaign on impeachment for the midterms, or is that dangerous?
I think they should include it, but not make it the focus.
Right. Because anything could happen between now and midterms. You know, he could choke on a Big Mac and die. You know.
And there are so many issues that people are really, really concerned about that has to be fairly low on the radar. Right. So if they get asked a direct question, would you support? Then, yeah, maybe. Go ahead, answer the question, but not as a principal campaign.
Well, here's a little more of Conway explaining why he's talking.
I tend to be doing this when I'm 66 or 67 or 68. You know, I'm kind of like a special teams player. I want to do this for one reason, and that is to help get our governmental system back on track with something back to normal, at least back toward normal.
So he's 62.
I mean, the thing is, you know, he's making this the issue in that campaign. You know, that race is interesting. It's a Manhattan. It may be the bluest district in America, or close to it. And it's the one that Jack Schlossberg, John Kennedy's grandson, is running in. And also one of the Parkland victims. It's an interesting race with some interesting people in it, and that's how he's trying to distinguish himself in that campaign as the candidate for impeachment.
But also, they're going to look at him too as a Republican who jumped ship. I hate to say it, but that's what they're going to see too. Which, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people who are jumping ship, but at the same time. You have to think about it. Well, he was part of the Lincoln Project, so I will say that. Yeah.
I mean, I think if I were him, my answer to that would be, I gave $1 million to Kamala Harris. What did you do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he did. He gave $1 million of his own money to Kamala
while
Harris.
His wife was still working for Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. He's an interesting guy. I've always followed him. I mean, one of the things I appreciate about Conway, because I was obsessed with this before. Well, I don't know if before he was, but before I saw that he was, is with studying Trump's narcissism. I mean, as a clinical thing, not just a joke or a bumper sticker, but really studying it and the criteria for narcissistic disorder. And he checks every box. There's about 15 boxes, and Donald Trump checks every single one. And George Conway, actually, I remember at one point he was on a kick on X of posting the every day he would post the criteria for narcissistic personality disorder, and with a check box for each one that Trump checked. I've always appreciated that about Conway, because the man, he is a classic case. If anybody takes 10 minutes to study narcissistic personality disorder, you know, and people who have had it, who've actually been cured of it, like Howard Stern, you know, talk about it. And of course, he knew Trump, and he says that about Trump. But as Stern showed us, and as I've learned in my study, the only cure for narcissistic personality disorder is years, and I mean years, of psychotherapy. And that's what Howard Stern, he went 3 days a week for like 2 or 3 years. And he's okay now. I don't know if y'all paid much attention to Howard Stone the last couple of years, but he's a totally different person. And it's because of all that therapy. And the reason he did it, he says, because his daughters told him they were never going to speak to him again if he didn't get a hold of himself.
Wish Trump's children would do something like that, but even then, I don't think he would do it.
Yeah. So I'm glad Conway's running. I'm glad he's putting this on the table. And I don't know what I think about the political advantage of it. I mean, Blue, I don't know if she's going to come on later, but she weighed in. She weighed in about it here this morning when I put it on. She's not. Blue's against it. I think she says, no, you will have maggots back on board. And that's a fair point. That's why I kind of want to debate it going forward, because I can't decide if it's a good idea or not.
I was going to say that she lives smack dab in the middle of the maggots, and
that's true.
We don't want them stirred up.
No.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, she doesn't just live among them. They're in her house.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But here's I had just a little bit more.
Yeah, I want the maggots to sort of shrivel in shame and just stay home. Can't vote can't vote for him, but I'll just ignore that he exists.
Well, just a couple more minutes. This is the last clip I had of George Conway on the subject.
As of a criminal, the message I'm sending is that the President of the United States is a criminal. He's not just a convicted criminal. He should have been convicted for the crimes that he led on January 6th, as Jack Smith demonstrated in his recent testimony. And now, you would have thought that January 6th would have been the height of his criminality. But it's worse now. He is running the United States government like a mob operation. We don't have government of the people, by the people, for the people. We have a government of the boss, by the boss, and for the boss. It's all for him. And that hurts people, and it's threatening to our democracy, threatening to the rule of law.
Can't argue with that. It's just the political aspect of, does it make political sense to make it a campaign issue?
Yeah. But I think it might backfire if he makes that his primary topic.
Well,
single candidates tend to not do well.
Yeah. I think that's why it's interesting is he's the canary in the coal mine. He'll be a test of whether impeachment is a winning issue for Democrats if they can fire up the base with it. I don't know. I mean,
and of course, being up against Schlossberg and still the Kennedy legend does linger on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think, Conway's, he's already said, I mean, he's such a one-term candidate. One-issue candidate. He says, I'll probably only serve a term or two because this is the only thing I'm going to Congress for. So it's like,
wow. Yeah.
He's the ultimate one-issue candidate. This is all I'm going to do if you elect me. And
he's basically
I'm going to leave.
It would go straight to Schlossberg then in that case.
Yeah, we'll see.
But did you see Hillary's little tweet that she did?
No, I did not.
I did. What did she say?
Okay, it said for 6 months we engaged Republicans on the Oversight Committee in good faith. We told them what we know under oath. They ignored it all. They moved the goalposts and turned accountability into an exercise in distraction. If you want this fight, Rep. James Comer, let's have at it in public.
Huh. Huh. That's what Jack saying yesterday. He says, how many times are Republicans going to learn? I forget how he put it, but it was colorful. How many times are they going to let Hillary Clinton take them apart in a high-profile hearing?
She is so brilliant, and we so missed the boat on that election.
Yeah.
I mean, when her husband was running, I was voting for her.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. This is the post you're talking about, isn't it? Right here. I think. Is this it? For 6 months, we engaged Republicans on the Oversight Committee in good faith. We told them what we know. They ignored all of it. They moved the goalpost, turned the county into an exercise in distraction. Why don't we reply to her? You want to reply to her? Let's reply. Here we go. I'll hit repost with a quote. Now, what do we want to say to Hillary?
Sick of lady.
Oh, did Katie, you there? Katie, did we
I got
you?
kicked. I don't know why. I got kicked backstage for some reason.
Oh my God, I hate it when that happens. I don't, and I get no notice of it.
I was trying to talk and I was like, wait a second, they can't hear me. What's going on? And then I looked, I was blacked out.
Yeah, well, one thing
I was redacted.
I actually researched this on Stir's behalf because that happens with him. And
yeah.
just a quick housekeeping note. I had Jim and I explore that with Yardstream, and here was what I got back is that when you're not using when it asks you to allow camera or mic is go ahead and check allow camera, and then once you're on, you can choose not to show the camera. And this is a dumb thing on StreamYard's part. They need to fix it. But anyway, the way it is, if you don't allow your camera, then it gets confused, and that's why it kicks people out. And so if you choose allow camera and then make sure once you go on that you don't display the camera. Now, I haven't gone through this myself, so I don't know if what I'm describing makes sense. But
no, I get what you mean. The problem is I don't have a camera on my computer, believe it or not.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm just saying, go ahead and check allow camera. And of course, then you definitely won't be on camera if you don't have a camera.
Exactly.
But when people don't check allow camera, it confuses the system, and it shouldn't get confused. But anyway, StreamYard's pretty good. I sent them a note about this. StreamYard's pretty good about fixing things when I've noticed, and I've sent them a note about it. But anyway, back to Hillary. Oh, what were you going to say, Jamie?
I was just going to say, helpful hand. Amazon has a cheap mic and camera set up for about $40.
Oh,
yeah, I'm seeing that. See, the thing is, because I have the podcast, I call them my magic mics.
Your audio is really good. Both of you have good audio.
Thank you. I've got two different microphones. I have one that's on a tripod and then one that's on an arm. And so the one that's on the arm tends to glitch out every so often. So I kind of use that in different circumstances. And then so I'm gonna look at a camera.
Yeah, because the one I have just clips to the top of my screen.
Yeah, I see them for like $16 and $24.
So anyway, while you were gone, I pulled up Hillary's note.
And,
and I set up a reply so we can write back to her. Let's write to Hillary.
What should we say to Hillary?
What do we want to say?
I mean, it's Hillary. It's not just like anybody.
Well, I'm going to start out with you go, girl.
No, I would say go get him.
Go get him. I was just going to say that.
Sick of Hillary.
Yeah, to be fair, with the Epstein files, it's a lot of talk of girls. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Go get him.
Sorry.
Go
Sorry.
Get him. We love you.
Yes.
Yeah, as a bruised member of the Hillary wars.
Yeah. Put a little heart at the end. Do a heart emoji.
Yeah, let me pull up my heart emoji. Where's my heart emoji? I've just recently learned how to use emojis, and I'm getting carried away.
Oh, that's okay.
It was a Valentine, or no? Well, that's
there. That's perfect. That's perfect.
And let's sign it.
The trail mix crew. We all love Hillary here.
You're loving trail mixers. There we go.
There you go.
All right. You had a date for that when she's doing whatever does she do?
Yeah, the 26th. So she's testifying the 26th. The bill is on the 27th.
Huh.
And the thing is,
there's anybody who's not been chewed up and spit out for him to talk to.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, what is it they're going to talk to her? What has she got to say about this?
Well,
case?
the thing is, Hillary's on the flight logs. And this is the issue.
Is.
Yeah, she is. But the thing is,
okay.
The Clintons used Jeffrey Epstein's plane several times to fly to
Africa.
To Africa, but also to Europe for the Clinton Foundation and doing stuff because it's international. So they went on it doing stuff for their foundation using his plane because they didn't have access.
A foundation connection to
Yes.
Right.
So Jeffrey loaned the plane. Well, the thing is, they called it the Lolita Express. So I'm sure they're like, oh, were there young girls on the plane with you? You know, that kind of thing.
Right.
But
when did Bill take trips alone as opposed to
with her?
With her.
Got to say no, but I saw Donald Trump on there several times and I heard all about how he had sex with minors. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I heard.
Well, and the thing is, there's one survivor that did say that she had sexual relations with Bill Clinton, but she didn't say that she. It wasn't like some of the accounts we have about Donald Trump, like throwing money at her and then slapping her and stuff like that.
And was she a minor at the time?
This girl was a minor at the time.
Oh, because
not the one with Bill Clinton. Not the one with Bill Clinton.
I was going to say that he never went for the young ones.
No, he
No,
went for
you're
younger
right.
ones, but not underage ones.
Right.
So, and I don't blame Mama. The thing is that the whole Monica Lewinsky thing, I'm going to say it. It takes two to tango. She was an adult.
Yeah, she was an adult. She had already had one affair with a married man before.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
she was
Well, and the thing is,
at him.
And I think it should always be remembered, she did not want to talk. She never wanted to talk. She got tricked into it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It's not like she came out to make a name for herself or get famous.
Oh.
It was never her intention. It was Linda and that Goldberg woman who just literally tricked her into it. And
we're not blaming the victim. We're saying it takes two to tango. Both of them are at fault. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm sorry. I hate it when I see that, on movies and TV shows, when a married man has an affair with a woman, the wife always gets mad at the woman, but not the husband. And it's like, they both made the choice to do this. And, it's.
Yeah, I'm a little.
Anyway.
Back to some housekeeping stuff.
Anyway, we're not defending the Clintons. We're talking about the fact that they will be testifying.
Oh, I see. You just saw some comments. I was just checking because I couldn't.
Crazy on the subject.
Oh, I didn't see any comments until just now, and that's why I went over here and checked to see.
I thought I'd done something wrong.
I thought I had turned on the comments or something because I couldn't see them. But
because it's impossible to impeach Trump, who's been impeached.
We got
twice. Try and learn the definition of impeach. He's been impeached twice. He has not been convicted.
We got 123.
Well, he's convicted felon of other things.
We got 133 people on here right now, and until just now, I wasn't seeing any comments, and I went and clicked the button.
Yes.
on comments, and apparently I had them turned off. I didn't know that. I got to understand these things better. So that's why they're all of a sudden showing up. Now, what are these people say? Who are all these people?
I don't know.
Why bother defending the Clintons at this point? Honestly,
we weren't defending.
Well, I mean, you got a point, really. I mean, why? Like you say, we're not defending them necessarily, but
they can
we didn't
take
bring
care
it
of
up.
themselves.
The Republicans are the ones who are trying to make them the issue. So somebody's got to say defend them, I suppose. David, now that's Landling. Landling, somebody new. Tell us where you live or whatever. So we like to know where people are. David, and you're not going to impeach the man. You're not going to impeach him. It's impossible. Well, we did twice. Let's not forget. I always like to say this is twice a majority of Congress wanted Donald Trump out of office.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they're almost at 2/3 now.
He didn't get the requisite vote in the Senate. I understand that. But he got it was a majority of the House and the Senate wanted to throw Donald Trump out of office twice. All right.
And I get sort of tired about talking definition, but impeach simply means accuse. Yes. They impeach in the House. They convict in the Senate. He was impeached twice. Yeah. He was never convicted.
But a majority of the Senate
to convict him.
Wanted to convict. I always want to add that.
It takes 2/3.
It's not just one person that makes the decision.
Well, David, that is the Democratic strategy going all the way back to Obama. I mean, is if we deport, to deport criminals, not. I don't know why you imply that isn't the Democratic strategy. So catching back up here with Landling, splitting hairs on how Clinton is okay.
So, you're going to talk about the prayer breakfast with Mudcat. Sorry. How about the?
Well, no, we can talk. I mean, I actually do want to go get a clip of it if we can find it. Boy, they're really rolling in here. Release the Trump files.
Yes. We're not calling them the Epstein files anymore.
Oh, we're calling them the Trump files. I like that.
Yeah, because he's in the files 38,000 times. 38,000.
Good. I'm sure glad I turned the comment button back on. I don't know why I had it turned off. These folks are fired up. 947-1947. That's an interesting screen name. I don't know.
Corn 1999. Yes.
Well, that's a good question, Landling. What did we get out of him? Let's pose that question to the table. What did we get out of impeaching Trump?
Nothing, because Mitch McConnell blocked it all.
Well, I'll say this. Don't forget. Now, the first one, he lost in the first term, he lost re-election. Now, when was impeachment? Was impeachment before or after he lost re-election?
It was before. Both. Yeah. Well, no. It was after the insurrection. It was after the insurrection. It was right before his.
But they tried before that on the Ukraine.
Yes.
Stuff, all right?
Yes.
We tried impeachment before and after the election.
Well, he officially got impeached prior.
So there's
that was for the Stormy Daniels stuff.
To you. All right, to Lane. Well, that was over him trying to get Ukraine to investigate Biden in the famous phone call. So anyway, Landling, that's an answer. What did we get from that? I mean, the question I'll pose is: did impeaching Trump before his election in the first term have any impact on him losing re-election? Is that a possibility? I think it might be, but I can never prove it.
Well, it woke up a lot of people to his history of criminality before he ever became president.
Yeah, I agree with Landling on this. If Dems want to campaign on something, give us it. But, you can chew and gum at the same time. I mean, you can talk about impeachment, and as Jamie was saying earlier, don't make it the whole focus. But you can say, you can mention it. But yeah, I agree on balance that we need to be talking about affordability and almost nothing else. If when it comes to what the focus of,
the little matter of him destroying constitutional rights, all over the place.
Well,
that kind of helps.
One of the things he
How
had to be
many
impeached
Bill of
for.
Rights has he tried to break now?
Here's a new name, Murphy. The Clintons are the biggest liars and traitors there are. Well,
really?
I think there's a few. I
think you need to think about that one again.
I think there's a few got them beat there, Murphy. I don't know. I can think of a few got them beat. Impeachment may slow down the administration. However, if he doesn't stop the midterms, they're big enough to shift the power to actually. Notch is, I guess you're raising the point. Would we have enough votes if we won the midterm to impeach him again?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he's asking here?
Yeah, because right now, even if and the thing is, Democrats think they have 2/3 willing to impeach him right now. Well, not right now. They are like 5 votes short. But the thing is, that I don't think that impeachment would go through because we do have so many staunch Republicans that are bootlickers and want to be, and Mike Johnson might shoot it down to begin with. So,
well, yeah, some of these. I'll tell you one thing. Well, this was true in the first 2 impeachments. If the Republican senators who voted against conviction did what they truly believed, he would. And I think there's more of them now, but that's privately. I mean, they don't do.
Yeah.
How many Republicans ended up voting to convict him other than Mitt Romney? I don't remember, but Mitt Romney.
I don't know.
But yeah, you're right, Landling. I mean, impeachment is a bucket of wet spit without something more. I agree. That isn't the only thing. That is true. I agree with that. But I always thought in the 2024, in the last election, that a campaign issue for Democrats should have been, elect Kamala, keep Trump out of office so we can send him to jail. I mean, Trump would have gone to jail if he'd lost that election.
Yes, he would have.
And I always thought that should have been send him to jail. That should have been a message in the campaign.
Because he's been convicted, he just cannot be locked up until he gets out of office.
Right.
Now Murphy, you Arkansas folks and the Clintons, it's a fascinating thing to me. I remember when Bill Clinton, Murphy said he's in Arkansas, so he knows about the Clintons lying and stuff. And anyway, when Clinton first surfaced in 92, I actually, for the Chicago Tribune, which was the owner of the paper I worked for, sent me out there to do a profile on Bill Clinton, because at that point nobody really knew much about him, and at that point the big national reporters were off chasing bigger names, and so I got the job to go do a profile on Clinton in 91, I think it was. And anyway, I spent like a week out there in Arkansas talking to people, and everybody complained about it. Everybody called him a liar, called him this, called him that, and a philanderer. I mean, just about everybody you talk to, Democrat or Republican. And then I remember asking one guy, I said, well, how is it he keeps winning elections? Because all I hear is people complaining about him. And the guy says, well, he's a rogue, but he's our rogue. He's a lovable rogue.
The way I heard it phrased is he's a dog, but he's our dog.
Right. Yeah.
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 But you have to think about this too, is that I don't know when, I mean, presidents have had affairs and mistresses look at Thomas Jefferson. Like, literally. I mean, and there's so many. Lyndon B. Johnson had a mistress. John F. Kennedy. We could list off so many that have had them. And it just,
that little private office off the West Wing has been used frequently.
Well, this gets far afield, but you brought something to mind mentioning Lyndon Johnson is, one of the open secrets in Washington to this day. You hear it all the time, like at parties and stuff, but nobody ever publicly gets into it at all. But you remember Jack Valenti, who was the head of the Motion Picture Association. But before that, he was like the George Stephanopoulos of the Johnson campaign. He was like in his early 30s. And I don't think we had chiefs of staff then, but he essentially was Johnson's chief of staff in his presidency. And at one point, he ended up marrying a woman who also worked in the White House, and she had a baby. I think it was real close to out of wedlock, but it was real close. But anyway, she had a baby, and the rumor has always open secret. I mean, this is also
LBJ,
right?
That it was Johnson's baby, and it's always been just really below the surface. But the funny part of it is I love the Johnson audio tapes. If y'all ever listen to those, the library, the Johnson library, and has them all, and you can go on their website, and I've done it many times. I've just gone into a deep dive, listed the audio tapes, and there's one series of audio tapes of just him and calls to Valenti. And every time he called Valenti at home, which was a lot because he called all his aides at home at 2:00 in the morning sometimes, and he would call and he'd say, "Now, how's that baby girl? Put that baby girl on the phone. I want to hear her." And so he'd put her on the phone and he'd talk to the baby girl and everything. And he never did that with any of his other aides. They all had a lot of them were in that age group and had children, but he was real focused on wanting to talk to that baby girl.
He did talk about his Johnson quite a bit.
But particularly the measurement of the pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another great audio tape where he talks to his tailor, and he's telling his tailor very detailed, specific terms the dimensions of the pants that he wants his tailor.
He wanted it roomier around his bunghole.
Yes. Heister. And yes, 947, I agree with you. A mistress is one thing, children is another thing, and that's the truth.
Yes.
Stir's in the house. Hey, you got any Lyndon Johnson stories?
The thing is,
no.
No one wants to listen to victims.
All the way with LBJ button. That's about it.
Do you still have the button?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you gotta get us a picture of it sometime. Get a picture of it sometime.
All right.
I ran Lyndon Johnson's campaign in my elementary school. I appointed myself. I was in the 3rd grade, and I was chairman of his campaign. And I had a little booth that they let me set up at school to hand out literature to all the kids at school. I mean, these days, I'm sure they would never let you do something like that, but it was just so great. And I remember my mom asking, well, don't you do understand none of these kids can vote? And I said, yeah, but their parents can. So my whole focus was getting them to influence their parents to vote for Johnson.
Back in the 80s, they did it.
I did the same for Kennedy, John Kennedy in high school. Yeah.
In high school. Yeah.
They did it let me see. It would have been what? Let me see. 88 would have been George Bush. The first one? HW? Was it 88?
I'm trying to think.
I think it was
88 was Bush Senior.
Yeah. They did that in my elementary school.
Yeah, against Dukakis.
Dukakis. Yeah. And then they did it. I was in middle school when it was Obama. Or not Obama. I missed Clinton. Sorry.
And were you active? Were you politically in tune then? At that age? Or?
Well, I was like 7 the first time. And then let me see. So 92, I would have been 11. So probably a little bit more because I would have had more social studies classes and stuff to understand things. But I was telling my mom today, because my mom is a retired English teacher. And I was telling her today, my high school civics teacher, and political science teachers, both of them gave me more information, more knowledge about our Constitution and how things work within the justice system and how everything works between each branch than I ever got in my political science class in college. And the reason why is because 9/11 was 2 weeks into the semester. So the whole semester in political science, all we talked about was international laws and how people could be prosecuted and such like that, not actual like our stuff. So I actually went to school to be a paralegal, and in my paralegal classes, that's where you learned more. But I'm a dork and I went for torts and probate court, so I don't know anything about the other stuff.
My first convention was when I was 12 for Adlai Stevenson.
Oh my goodness.
Watching it on TV, yeah. The neighbor across the street was a political nut.
Was that the first year they televised conventions? I think. Maybe?
Yeah, I think his second campaign. Well, because that was when Kennedy first made a splash.
And that's when Kennedy disobeyed his father and threw his name in for running in that convention, right? And his father was so mad at him over it because he didn't want him to do that. And that was about the only time John Kennedy disobeyed his father.
Oh God, fair game. You are such an idiot.
Democrats think men can have babies, but it's Republicans that want to make women baby factories. That's the problem.
Now, who y'all responding to?
Oh, fair game. Yeah, he's
or they are
putting up slogans. No, men cannot have babies, but they can be fathers.
They are spineless. I agree with Tom.
I've gotten way behind on comments here. I see. Democrats.
Yeah, they haven't been able to transplant a uterus yet. They've tried.
Yeah. You kind of need that to bake them.
Where do y'all get this stuff? I mean,
I know, right?
Democrats think men can have babies.
Some of the things that I hear on like some of the like call-in shows I get, like one guy called in to, I think it was Parker, and he said that Kamala slept her way to the top to get the nomination. And he's like, what evidence do you have of this? And the guy's like, oh, I've just been hearing it around. Like, what the hell? She's not Ava Perón, okay?
And the thing is, we make a mistake laughing about some of this stuff because they actually make people believe it, and it affects political campaigns. And we're all saying, well, nobody believes that. That's not true. I remember we brought up Dukakis campaign earlier. I remember then when George Bush Bush Sr. went after Dukakis over his ACLU membership. And I remember the Dukakis campaign was just everybody, all the Democrats were like, oh God, he can't possibly think he can get votes on that. And it got in Bush's stump speech. He said it every day, and he said it the same way every day, and the crowd would cheer, and he'd go, and he's a card-carrying member of the ACLU, using the old like communist line, card-carrying member from the McCarthy era. And it worked. And Democrats were just laughing, what a big joke. And it made a difference. I mean, that's how that and he supported gays adopting children. They made a big issue out of that.
And his cousin was Olympia
just like
Dukakis.
We're laughing about this men having babies thing, and then there was a third one they went after Dukakis on, and they had those three issues, and those three issues, they just hammered, and it erased Dukakis' 17-point lead in 2 months with that focus. And the whole time, Democrats were laughing it off.
See, I just thought it was cool that he was Olympia Dukakis' cousin because she had just been in Steel Magnolias. And yes, I was a 7-year-old that watched Steel Magnolias. But still,
she won an award for it. She won like an Oscar.
She did,
didn't she? Yeah.
Or it was, or else it was. What's her name? I see her face.
I actually traveled with Dukakis that whole year in the campaign, covering his campaign, in his horrible plane. He refused to get a more expensive plane because he was such a cheapskate.
See, you're right. I think it's because they may not be getting any.
Yeah, lots of them need to get laid. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh,
not saying
yeah,
that.
you got. But I remember on the plane one, and he would come back, to take questions, and I remember asking him because and the day after Olympia had won that award, I asked him. I said, "Well, what do you think about Olympia winning that award?" He goes, "Oh, it's great." Blah, 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 blah. And I said, "Well, did you like the movie?" "Well, I haven't seen it yet." He hadn't even watched.
Oh, it's such a great movie. It made me want to be a Southern Belle so bad.
I know. Well, that was Clacka's, cultural stuff like movies and sports. And
It wasn't up to.
She won it.
Clackas just couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, she won it for Moonstruck.
Oh,
is that what it was?
Moonstruck is another great movie. Oh,
yeah.
They made such great movies in the late 80s, early 90s, like classic kind of movies. They are just,
Oh, we were going to go get a clip because in 5 minutes I'm going to try and call Mudcat because Mudcat called me this morning just all worked up about this prayer breakfast speech. Here's just a reminder. Here's Mudcat. We'll see if we can find him in a bit. And he called me this morning just all worked up about Trump's speech at the National Prayer Breakfast, hollering about how it was blasphemy and all that. So I'm going to call him and see if we've never attempted this before. It'll be a new technological breakthrough, but I'm going to try and call. But so I have not seen any of it, so I don't really know. Did you see some clips of it, Jamie, of the national?
Yes, it was all over Blue Sky this morning.
Oh.
Let's see if that's where I'll go look then. I just wanted to see one clip before we call him. Let's see.
Isn't it kind of weird that he is speaking at a prayer breakfast when he doesn't even know really what?
Oh, he speaks all. That prayer breakfast has its own long story. we don't have time to get into it, but you probably have. Do you know it, Jamie? That prayer breakfast is a weird thing. That the group that runs that. There's a whole documentary about the cult that runs that national prayer breakfast, and it's spooky.
Oh,
anyway, what am I looking for?
Cults.
Trump national prayer. Boy, I cannot type this morning.
Paradin, we're not demanding you obey our ideology or sexuality everywhere.
Visiting leaders and dignitaries from more than 110 countries. They're here, and including one of my favorite people, President Bukele of El Salvador. He has been so incredible. He has been such a great ally of this country.
At the very beginning.
Thank you very much. Such a great ally. He's, some of you have seen, he operates rather large prisons. Prisons that so large you can't see from one side to the other unless you have perfect 20/20 eyesight with.
Oh, he's talking about the torture prison in El Salvador, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, at the National Prayer Breakfast. He's talking about torturing people. Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, now I'm up to speed.
Binoculars, that's how long and big. And they do a job. They do a very humane job, but they're very strong prisons. And we send a lot of the people that we capture, the murderers, the drug dealers, the people that came into our country illegally and have already committed massive crimes. We had 11,888 murderers, and many of them are in your prisons right now, right? And he does a fantastic job. I mean, he really sounds like...
He uses that same number every time, and I look, it's real close to the number of votes that he wanted to get in Georgia on that phone call.
It is.
It's like he says, and he says it the same way. I just need 11,888 votes, and now he's switched to use the same number to talk about how many criminals that they're deporting.
What is the real? And that's the thing is, I'm going to Google it. What's the real number?
I don't think it's 11,000.
No, I think it's like 3,000.
It might be, but I think what it is, he actually lost by 11,000. I don't know what it was, but it's the way he says it. He says it the same way that he said it in that phone call about the votes in Georgia. Oh my God. And let's see. I'm gonna go see if we can call Mudcat. Get that on ponied up here, and put that on the. Oh, I gotta remove. Okay, you still there, Stir?
Yo.
Did you try that thing I was talking about where you allow camera? Did you see?
I did, yeah.
I believe that's working. That we can
So
thank
far.
our Gemini. We can thank our Gemini AI for that little solution. Now, why in the world am I not getting this up here? Shoot. Trying to call. Try it again. Oh, I don't see the screen. No, that's why. Oh, now I see. Okay. All right. All right. We're going to try. This may not work. I'm going to try and call Mudcat. And I don't know. Does anybody know whether it's deer season or not? Because if he might be out.
No. Well, I don't know about where he lives.
Sometimes I just can't find. I mean, during deer season, it takes me a month to find him. See if this works. Oh, I know what I need to do also is put up the so I'm not displaying his phone number. Here we go. Is it working? It's calling. Hang on. It takes it a while to start calling for some reason. Still not. It just says calling. Why isn't it? There it goes. Wow, that took a long time.
Yeah.
It's Craig Crawford.
It's Mudcat. All good.
How you doing?
Now we just played a clip of Donald Trump bragging about torturing illegals at the National Prayer Breakfast, which we thought was a little bit odd for a National Prayer Breakfast. And you called me earlier. That's the only clip I've seen. Tell us about what about his National Prayer Breakfast clip that you saw some of it, right?
I watched the whole thing. Bill Lee is really good. Bill Lee, the governor of Tennessee, he's a very, very religious Christian, social conservative, but you can tell by the way he's talked in his campaign speeches, 4 years ago now he goes out, but that he actually believes it. And I can respect a person who actually believes it. I just don't like a lot of the bitches like Donald Trump. Don't believe nothing. but no, it was they should have called it the National Prayer Breakfast. I should have called it the National Blasphemy. But you wouldn't have believed it. I mean, you wouldn't have believed it. Trump said, blessed are the pure in heart. And like they were pure in heart. Hell, he didn't know any of the other Beatitudes. I mean, talk about the rest of them, for Christ's sakes. And he makes a complete mockery of them all. And,
I love it. Back in the campaign, the first campaign, the Christian Broadcasting Network interviewed him, and the guy asked him what you thought would be a simple question. He says, well, now, which do you like best? No, he said, what's your favorite scripture? And Trump, I could find you the clip. I swear his answer was, oh, I like all of them. And he didn't have any. And then the second question to him was, well, which do you like best, the New Testament or the Old Testament? And he paused for a while and he goes, oh, I like them both.
Well, I always think, Chris LaCivita, his campaign manager, media guy.
Yeah.
He's from Virginia. And I've gone up against him twice in campaigns. One was Mark Warner in 2001. The other was Jim Webb in 2006. But he only knows one way to do it, and that's hit. But I was going to send him a text message when Trump was carrying that Bible around close to his heart and stuff.
Yeah, upside down.
Huh?
It was upside down, wasn't it? The Bible.
Yeah, but anyway, I was going to email to Chris and tell him Dan said, son, said at least put some yellow stickers in there and make it look like he's been reading it. But
yeah.
And then Ben Klein from up here in the 6th district, he said that, and basically, thank you for sending us. We know you ordained Dan Trump. I forget how the hell he said it, but it was just one sentence. But it was pure blasphemy.
I want to see if.
But right now, the Republicans, the evangelicals,
yeah,
have forgotten one thing in the basic premise of Jesus' teachings, of which, I try to follow them. It's tough because there's power in them. I'm not a religious guy, as you know, but I'm very, very, very spiritual. But they need to start understanding that Jesus was about uniting people, not dividing them. And I honestly don't believe Jesus gets involved in politics. It's like, Bobby Knight said, he's about individual hearts. And it's all about division.
And the whole Bobby Knight story, what was it? He said, he was getting hassled by sports writers about praying or something?
Yeah, he supposedly, but he didn't let his team pray before a game. And I wrote about it in that book, Jordy and I did, but
what was the name? What was the name of that book?
How the Republicans stole the heart and land in rural America, and what the Democrats need to do to run them out.
Yeah, Foxes in the hen house. That's what it was called, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's still good today. But
anyway, what was it, Bobby Knight?
It's not selling. Last time I saw it, you can buy one for 99 cents. There's like all political books. You know how it happens.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that book he did with Helen Thomas, they go right to the top, and then all of a sudden they sit there and hover a little bit, and then they crash right back down to the bottom.
Well, all three of mine are still in print, still hot. This was my favorite. I'll put The Politics of Life, where I take the 25 rules for survival in a brutal and manipulative world. I take Machiavelli's rules and apply them. Okay, that's my plug for that. But anyway, finish the Bobby Knight story.
Well, he supposedly didn't let his team pray before a game. And this sports writer asked in a press conference, I understand you don't, allow your team to do a team prayer before the game. And he said, no, don't do it. He said, God don't give a damn about college basketball. Said that, and I'm not against prayer. He said, if they want to go out, they got a personal problem, they want to go out somewhere and pray, I'll go with them. He said, but about a basketball game, and the guy says, well, how do you know God doesn't care about a college basketball game? He said, because if he did, them lying, cheating sons of bitches down in Kentucky would have never won a game.
I want to try the technology here. Jamie and Katie and Stir, are you guys there? Can you hear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I want to see that. We have not tried this before, calling somebody on the phone on our show, which is only 2 weeks old, so we're trying something new here. And so anyway, talk to Budcat here. I want to see if this works. If we can have guests talk to our callers, somebody pipe up.
Well, hey, Mr. Mudd.
This is Stir, Mudd. This is our old long-time trail mixer, Stir from South Carolina. You got a question?
I can't hear. I can't hear.
Oh, I'm not saying anything. I don't have a question. I'm just listening.
Okay, you're just listening. Jamie, you watched the or did you saw some clips from the prayer breakfast?
I watched the clips, and the man just totally disgusts me, so I can't really be all that sane on the subject.
Yeah, I can hardly.
There has never been anyone at a prayer breakfast who had so little relationship to God.
Yeah. And what'd you
And
say?
I can't cite my favorite Bible verse.
I can't hear anything.
So that's what I wanted to know. So you did not hear Jamie just now?
What did she say?
I'm checking. This is a tech check right now because I'm trying to learn how to do this. So you're saying you could not hear Jamie just now, right?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
I'll fix that for the next time we try this then, because I didn't know. I didn't know if that would work.
I could hear Jamie.
Yeah, you guys could hear because you're on the stage. Anyway, I understand the problem. I can fix it because I want to be able to call people and have everybody talk to them. Okay. All right, Mudcat, what else you got? Are you heading out soon, or what you doing today?
Oh Lord. I've got so much stuff to do, Craig. It's unbelievable.
He's out
there.
That's
what I need to do. I need to retire and just be a full-time hillbilly.
Well, that's a good job.
Yeah, that's a good job.
You've been to my place. There's hills here I can roam.
Oh man, you got a great place. Here, I'll let you go here, but anytime anybody brings up retirement, I always like to put this meme up is on the definition of retirement. I was tired yesterday and I'm tired again today. I'm retired.
You know what you know who Satchel Paige was?
Kinda.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Satchel Paige was
does.
a great legendary pitcher. Yeah, but he was in the Negro League for years, and he was like Rookie of the Year in American League when he was like 46 years old or something when he moved over to the Cleveland Indians. But he'd do these barnstorms, and he was a hell of a damn entrepreneur, but worked hard. He pitched for Charlie Finley in the Oakland A's when he was like 72 years old. It was a stunt deal that Charlie Finley put together, and he got the side out. Pitched one in, but one of his rules, 6 rules, was and the most famous of which is don't look back. Somebody could be gaining on you. But my favorite is you don't get old and retire, and you retire and you get old. And I'll never fully retire. I mean, you can't. If you do, you sit. I got a buddy who was an All-American football player, played for I went to school with at Tech, Virginia Tech, and he retired when he was like 62, and he went and sat in the chair, and he's been watching Gunsmoke and Hopalong Cassidy ever since. And now he can barely get out of the chair.
Really?
Oh dear. Well, I'll let you go, Craig.
Good talking to you, buddy. And
hello, trail mixers. It's nice. See y'all. Y'all keep up the good work.
I'll figure out how we can have a conversation with callers. What was that, sir?
I said, he said, keep up the good work. I said, I'm not working because I'm retired.
Yeah. You know, my idea of retirement is retirement to me just means I don't make money. I'm still working. I just don't make money.
Google Sex is posting all of the all cap talking points.
Oh, is that truth?
Yeah.
The weird thing is, Pizzagate, that was a whole QAnon thing. Guess what? That was perpetuated by Epstein. There's actually emails about it. Oh, and they were trying to push that on Democrats, saying that Democrats were part of this Pizzagate thing. It wasn't. It was the Republicans. It was Epstein and his crew, because there's lots of things that say, oh, we had a great pizza party the other night. Things got wild.
Really? Well, now, was he referring to the Pizzagate exactly? Or
well, no, it was the whole idea that because the guy who developed QAnon to begin with is in the Epstein files.
Oh,
he's actually
what
in
I
them.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's new to me. I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, Paradin is bringing up the old article that we always have to disabuse them of? No, we are not in favor of everybody moving in.
No. Oh,
Jesus.
PolitiFacts.
Your home. You can't
PolitiFacts.
That word.
So Trump's promise to prioritize deporting the worst of the worst has fallen short. 74% of the 70,000 immigrants in Immigration and Customs Enforcement detention as of December of 2025, the most recent data available, have no criminal convictions whatsoever.
Oh, right. Yeah. In fact,
74%.
I did have I actually saw that study earlier yesterday, I guess it was, and I was gonna get it. So I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah,
I agree with you, Tom. I agree with you.
It is
the LBJ pictures on the blog.
Well, if you read the Epstein files, dear Paradin, you would see that.
Oh, that'd be a good thing to wind up on.
It's all evidence. And if people had just believed victims, we wouldn't have an issue.
Evidence. So you put that on the, let's see. Oh, here it is. Ha! Oh, that's great. All right, we're gonna put it up here. There it is. I got to put it on the screen. I don't like the system for this. Oh, I see what I did wrong. All right, I got to share the screen. I'm learning. I've only been doing it 2 weeks. All right, here we go. There's Stir's LBJ picture. I mean his button. Let's make that so that it's a little there. Is that all on the screen now?
No.
There. Is that on the screen? Let's see. Oh, I see. I didn't add it to the stage. Got to add it to the stage. There we go.
Oh, look at that.
There it is. All the way with LBJ.
It's amazing the things that survive.
Right?
I love that. I love the hat on it and everything else. That's fantastic. That's when I'll have to go dig this up sometime. I still have it. Is when I was, I think about 8, LBJ came to Orlando where we lived. And my dad held me up. He walked through the crowd. LBJ was campaigning then, and he held me up, and I shook his hand. And I went home and drew a silhouette of that hand, and I've kept it ever since. I still have it. What are y'all at? Who's
Paradin is really weirding out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we're about at the end of our hour, so we'll end with some weird. Thanks for that, Stir. I appreciate that.
That's not true.
That's a keeper.
Yeah, we're getting that one, Paradin, but it isn't from the pages. We want the victims to testify.
Okay, Paradin, you got your word in. Anybody can continue the conversation. We just do this for an hour on YouTube, but we talk 24 hours a day over on Trail Mix. And anybody's welcome to go continue the conversation. Here's
I think we need to ban Paradin because he's actually spreading false information.
I think he's arguing back and forth here with someone.
Okay, well, they're having their own. And like I say, we can continue the conversation right here at this address, trailmix.cc. It's CC. Be sure and put cc, not .com, and it's easy to comment, and we'll be there. And we've finished up done a whole hour, and I'm going to end up with some more bluegrass. I ended up with. Did y'all stay to listen to the Bluegrass Women yesterday when I put them up?
Oh yeah, really. Yes. I want the link to that though. I need to save it.
I'll put that on Trail Mix. I'm going to end with some bluegrass kids that I found. I love it when I see kids picking up on bluegrass. Bluegrass is my family's.
Langley, come on over to Trail Mix. We could use you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got Opal, don't we?
Yeah, we get Opal every once in a while, but Langley.
Oh, there's Opal. Opal, we missed you today. You came in late. Opal got here late. Get over on trailmix.cc.
Tom C should be in there too.
And Tom C, you too were invited. This is an invite.
Come on over and hang out.
Well, I feel like we're running like a telethon. Y'all come on down.
We could. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Anyway,
right.
See y'all later. I got to run errands.
I'm going to end with some good talking to everybody, and I'm going to end with some bluegrass kids that I found on TikTok. I just love it when the kids pick up on bluegrass. And here we go.